belong to a church family?
Because it's important, I think, to be supported in your faith. I don't think you can do your journey with God on your own all the time. And I think that it's good to get together, to share fellowship and to worship and to just be together in a supportive environment.
What do we choose?
Mm.
Well, we were brought up in the church family, and it was a natural progression. And I met my wife in the church, and we married, had our children, and they were brought up in the church. And part of a family structure is having something to relate to, where you can meet on a spiritual level.
To be part of a shared experience, to learn from other people's actions and words.
Well, I suppose my choice has been influenced by the fact that I've grown up in a church family. My parents were in a church family, they took me to church, and I've always known church. And the influence of church has affected my life, and I choose to still be part of church.
So, what do you enjoy about your church family?
I think it's, if you like, it's a ready-made. I don't know if that's the right word. I can only give you examples, personal examples. For instance, when my sister went to Australia, she got married. She knew no one out there, but because of her family background, she was army. They linked up with the local army, and immediately there was something there for them. They enjoyed going, and they were accepted as a family. When my son went to America, the same thing happened. He happened to work for the Salvation Army, but he was accepted, and he had ready-made friends, and he was integrated, and he enjoyed what he did. And I think if you enjoy what you're doing, whatever it is, it gives you a sense of purpose.
The warmth and the welcome. I mean, from the beginning we were made welcome. It was such a warm environment. Everybody was so friendly. They shook our hands, said how lovely it was to see us, and it's just a lovely place to be and to share that worship.
Lots of things. It can be fun, good friends. You see and meet a lot of people, share things, support network, caring. It's like a big extended family, really.
We only committed to the Salvation Army 6 months ago, but from the very first time we came through the door, we was welcomed. And that probably sums it up.
If you have that within you, that spiritual purpose, then it defines where you're going, I think, in your spiritual life. And as you go out into the world, to 2 examples I've just said, there is always something there for you if you belong to the church per se, as a united body.
Stepping out of your comfort zone, giving testimonies, having your photograph taken. That's the difficult part.
It's not particularly hard to be part of a church family, I don't think. It's more difficult for us coming into the army as a church family, and that's not to say that they're not welcoming at all. I think it's it's part of the knowing what's expected as much as anything else, and the customs and things that you do that we found more difficult.
Okay.
Yes, there are times when you experience in a church family what other families experience. Bereavement, sadnesses, broken relationships, or financial problems, all the things that every other family would experience from time to time can happen in a church family. And that's when it's hard, because it's not what you want to see people going through. And sometimes even things affect yourself. And it can be quite hard because you're not always sure whether you can share that or not. But most times there are people within a church family that you can rely on and trust and share.